So I'm uploading the first part, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna do the second batch. Let's see, 2:30, just to make sure that it doesn't get too long. So you can, if you just are interested in your questions, then you can just watch the respective parts. Otherwise, you would have to probably listen for me talk for over an hour. So let's go on. Sonic Polo asked, what's one place you've always wanted to go but never been? There's in a way, in my first Ask Party, I had a similar question, places where I want to go the most, and here again there's the thing now that most places I want to go to visit friends, and if you ask me the one place I want to go where I've never been, it's sort of, in my mind at least, asking me to rank my friends. So if I say I want to go to this or that place first, it would sound like, oh, I want to visit this friend much more, and so I have to think if there's a place I want to go where I wouldn't want to go for a friend, actually. So I know I can't really think of one right now. A place where I want to go for the place, and where I really want to go, and where I haven't been. There are some places where I would go back for non-friend things, but there's places I have already been to. Like I want to go back to Vienna at some point, and I want to go to Berlin, where I've only been once, and would like to revisit Helsinki at some point. So, place where I've never been, where I really want to go, and without putting a friend ranking in there, probably Paris. I want to say Paris. Paris, I can practice my French there, and I don't think I know any people in Paris, so that's a safe choice for me, basically. Son Graves asked, what do you usually do for fun? Get drunk and shout at people on Tumblr. For fun, I'm a gamer. I play games for fun. Sometimes I just like to lean back in my computer chair. Computer chair. Of course, my chair is not a computer. What the hell am I saying here? Lean back and watch a movie, watch some shows where sometimes I enjoy getting angry at shows. Smoker's cough, sorry. And wasting time on Wikipedia and TV tropes. I'm an internet child. Another question by Son Graves. Is there a specific type of lube you use? If you've been following me a while, you may have read me talking about how I find the fanfiction writing advice about spit being inadequate lube a bit silly, because I tend to be a spit-only person. Not always, but when it occurs, I sometimes like the increased friction. Oh, see, if I have to talk about it, I'm suddenly all shy. I do use lube, or have lube used, but I'm not really particular to any brand. It's more like just usually with many condoms you get a small lube pack, so I just use that, but I don't have any specific preferences. And Son Graves also asked, what's your favorite beer? My it's a toss-up between the Franziskaner Weißbier and the Tegernseer Helle, which are two different types. So I generally prefer Weißbier over other types of beer, but yeah, I do like the Tegernseer very much. It's usually what I drink at home, because I know I don't have a Weissbier glass actually, so I usually drink Helle at home. Catalytic Creationist asked, how tall are you, and do you like guys who are taller and thinner than you? I'm 191 centimeters, which is about 6'3". I like guys who are taller than me. It's just usually it's difficult to find guys who are taller than me. I can like thinner guys. It really, I mean, yeah, I like the stocky type. I like bears, but it's really, for me, it's when I say I don't even like talking about preferences, because among gay guys, preferences always ends up meaning I only like this one type. So stocky guys, bearded guys tend to make my head turn more, but I have no problem hooking up with a thin guy, as long as I don't get the impression that I'm going to break him if I hug him. Jacke, and this, I don't know, have you sent me an ask for my last ask party? Have I already pronounced your URL? If you haven't, now I'm in the crowd who pronounces your username Jacke. Asked, are there any animals you're particularly unnerved by? I tend to be one of the guys who is unnerved by spiders and any insect that makes noise. Just hearing buzzing, whether it's mosquito buzzing or bee buzzing or wasp buzzing, it sets me on edge. And yeah, I don't like. I mean, I don't usually start screaming when I see a spider inside, but spiders, yeah, they're no, don't need them in my vicinity. Actually, I mean, in general, it's most animals that have more than 4 legs tend to creep me out a bit. I mean, I find some insects very fascinating, or some arachnids, but basically the more legs they have, the less likely it is that I will find them cute. Or another question by Jacke. Also, what's your worst case scenario for the German election? Worst case scenario would be a re-election of the current coalition, which probably won't happen. The Liberals are either to get like 5%, or they are below the 5% hurdle, which in Germany, if a party gets less than 5% of the total total vote, they don't enter parliament unless they gain a direct seat. Yeah, the last polls put them below the 5% hurdle, and even if they're above it, they usually don't get enough votes to form a coalition with the CDU-CSU. But the most likely outcome would be the second worst scenario, which would be that only another grand coalition is viable, because even though we actually have we will probably get a majority leftist result with the three left the pirates are already they were a one-time thing. Don't think they get into the federal parliament. I don't see three leftist parties doing a three-way coalition. Probably won't happen. So right now it seems likely that we get another grand coalition, which will be another annoying middle path that will make no one happy. And if the SPD is going to be the smaller partner, even though they like to talk big right now, I don't think they will try to push too much of their super left, the few leftist things they actually still stand for, because the German SPD has also made a middle shift, similar to Labour. So I don't see a very good outcome. It's actually, the thing is, on a social, from a social aspect, we've had a socially left majority in Parliament since the last election, but because the Liberals are, I'm not fond of the Liberals. They're really, socially liberal and economically liberal in the classical sense, so they're being little shits who do everything the CDU tells them to, because they are afraid to actually push through any things on their own. They are shites. And third question by Jacke: how do you feel about those tunnel butt plugs? I don't really know what you're referring to here, but I have a suspicion it's a kind of butt plug where you can see the inside of the butt. No. I'm not very interested in the literal insides of a guy. I also don't like any gaping ass pictures. It's not my thing. Hey, weird fetish question here. I'm talking about weird fetishes. No, and I've talked about fisting as things I would possibly do, but I'm not interested in what it looks like inside. No. And Finley, yes, I'm gonna call you Finley again, because I know you told me how to pronounce your URL, but I've already forgotten it again. Have you ever slept with a woman? If yes, what was it like? And if no, would you ever? No, I haven't. And would I ever? I guess we're at one of those things. Never say never. I really can't see myself sleeping with a woman at all, but who knows? I'm still youngish. There's still time to do things, but I doubt it will happen. Hermes asked, I can't think of questions, I just want to ask you to do funny shit, god damn it. Define funny. What's funny shit? Was it funny shit? I don't know. Another anonymous asked, where should a shy boy looking to see some reactions send his dick pics? I have a submission box for a reason. Just saying. If you want to know general tumblers where to submit dick pics to, I don't know. I just reblog stuff as it comes up on my dash. I will probably react to it, but that's all I can say to that. Okay, I think I'll go through the next questions by Electric Through the Ground, and then I'm gonna do another break. Like Electric Through the Ground asks, What is your favorite non-sexual physical feature? Well, I mean, did you mean like things that body parts that I like but that don't turn me on, or non-sex related body parts that I still find sexy? Because then we all know the answer would be beard, and eyebrows. And okay, not a physical feature, but I like septums, of course, which usually complement a beard. I mean, eyes and smile. In general, I'm actually a very face-oriented person. I need to like a guy's face, and yeah, form. But that comes back to sexual things, and when it doesn't really concern sexual things, then I'm not really that interested about the physical side of things. I'm shallow when it comes to sex, but I'm completely non-shallow when it comes to friendship. What was the last book you read? The last book I read from cover to cover, I have no idea. Sorry. I really don't recall what the last book I read was. I'm looking there because I have my books there. It's or some books, and some are there and some are, yeah, you can see this back there. But no, I can't remember the last book I actually really read. Sorry. Are there any famous people you would like to have sex with? Yes. I mean, we've covered that I have a thing for Terje from Scumbunked. And I mean, sometimes I reblog celebs who are hot, in my opinion. I mean, a lot of celebrities are, of course, too clean-shaven to be interesting to me, but yeah, there are some. Which song are you listening to on repeat? Fun fact, usually I listen to any song for like 10 times in a row and then just switch to the next. I very rarely really do just listen to all my library on shuffle. So basically every song I listen to on repeat. But I mean, there are some favorites that I always come back to. Kaiser's Orchestra's Begrafisse Polka, Scumbunk's Vaupeur, and Nordebert die Nød, and File. First, recently been listening to a lot of I have to actually look up what the song is called because it's in Malayalam, so I don't really know it by heart. Urumurai Vantu from the soundtrack of Manichitra Taja. I've been listening to a lot of that recently, and also on repeat, but as I said, it's really most songs I listen to like 10-15 times in a row and then I switch to another one. Where else on earth would you like to live? Somewhere in Europe, probably. Maybe. I mean, if we going to do Bernie's dream life, I know maybe my home base, so to speak, in Berlin, or maybe it's just in Munich, but then with the money to travel and visit every friend all over the globe repeatedly. Yeah, but I'm probably not good. I mean, I would like to at least do some years somewhere besides Munich, but I don't see myself really living outside of Europe, and probably not outside of Western, Central, Northern Europe. It's the cultural sphere where I probably will stay in. And what kind of liquor do you drink most often? Liquor would be vodka, because it goes with a lot of other things to mix, and usually I don't drink liquor on my own. I just drink liquor if I'm invited at the bar, and usually asking if somebody wants to drink a vodka orange or vodka whatever is the standard thing to invite somebody to. So vodka would be the most often drunk liquor. And yeah, now I've talked for about 20 minutes, so break, and then we'll do the third part.